As we age, life becomes a complex tapestry of memories, feelings, and experiences. It's as though time wraps around us like a delicate thread, binding moments together into something more than just the passage of years. The elderly, who have lived through decades of joy and hardship, often carry with them an emotional depth that's hard to put into words. Beneath their quiet exteriors lies a rich emotional world, one full of unspoken feelings, poignant memories, and complex desires that they may not always be able to express. The emotions of older individuals are not just remnants of their past, but vital parts of who they are today. There's a unique kind of beauty that comes with the emotional experience of growing older. Over the years, emotions take on new shapes. The joy of childhood, the excitement of youth, the intensity of love, the pain of loss. All of these feelings are stored in the heart of the elderly, and yet, they often keep them quietly hidden. Their emotions may seem more subdued, but they are no less profound. For many elderly individuals, their emotional expressions can be more subtle, even imperceptible. They may not raise their voices or seek attention. Instead, their emotions come through in the quiet moments. A longing look, a brief smile, a touch of nostalgia in their eyes. Sometimes they might only wish to be understood, to have someone truly listen, not just to their words, but to their hearts. The elderly often experience a wide range of emotions, from the joy of reminiscing about the past to the sadness of losing loved ones. In fact, this emotional complexity can sometimes feel overwhelming. Imagine a life full of stories, experiences, and wisdom, but with fewer people around who understand the weight of those memories. The elderly often become more introspective, finding solace in their own thoughts, yet still craving the warmth of connection with others. Their emotional world is often shaped by loss, not just of loved ones, but of the familiar routines of life. As physical abilities decline, so too does their capacity for engaging in the world the way they once did. But this doesn't mean their hearts stop feeling. In fact, their emotional capacity often becomes even more profound. Older individuals feel things deeply. They long for companionship, understanding, and love. They might not ask for it in overt ways, but through their actions and the small gestures they offer, they show how much these things matter to them. Their emotional world is also often rich with gratitude. Despite the challenges of aging, many older adults have learned to find joy in simple things. A warm cup of tea, a quiet afternoon in the sun, a phone call from a loved one. These moments, though seemingly small, are cherished deeply by the elderly. What they seek is not just the luxury of company, but the genuine connection that comes from sharing time with people who understand them and who value the depth of their experience. Understanding the emotional depths of older individuals requires empathy and patience. It's not enough to just be physically present. The elderly need us to be emotionally present as well, to hear their stories, understand their feelings, and accept their vulnerabilities. In many ways, they want to feel seen, heard, and valued for who they are, not just for their role in the family or society. They long to know that their experiences matter, that their feelings are still important. The key to truly connecting with the elderly lies in recognizing their emotional richness. It's about more than just providing for their physical needs or keeping them company. It's about acknowledging their emotions, validating their experiences, and allowing them to express themselves in whatever way they can. Sometimes the most meaningful way we can show our love is simply by giving them our time and attention. By sitting down with them, listening to their thoughts, and being there for them in ways that go beyond the surface. We can start by understanding that the elderly may not always be able to verbalize their emotions, but that doesn't make their feelings any less important. Their hearts may be full of a lifetime of memories, both happy and sorrowful, but they still long to share those memories with others. Even though they might not always have the words, their emotions speak volumes, and by simply being present, we can offer them the connection they crave. At the same time, we must remember that the elderly are still people with needs and desires. They may have lived a long life, but they continue to seek joy, purpose, and meaning. They don't want to be treated as though they've passed their prime. Rather, they want to know that they are still valued, that their wisdom still matters, and that their hearts are still capable of deep connection. Through simple acts of kindness, like listening to their stories, sharing a meal, or just spending time with them, we can tap into the emotional depth that they carry within them. These small gestures might seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they can make all the difference in the world for someone who has lived through so much. In the end, understanding the emotional depth of the elderly is about more than just recognizing their feelings. It's about engaging with them on a deeper level, making the effort to see them as fully rounded individuals with rich emotional lives. By doing so, we not only help them feel understood, but we also enrich our own lives with the wisdom, love, and depth they have to offer. As we reflect on the emotional depths of older individuals, we are reminded that there is much more to the elderly than meets the eye. They are not just the sum of their years. They are individuals with rich emotional lives, full of stories, memories, and unspoken feelings. By truly understanding and embracing their emotional world, we can build stronger, more meaningful relationships with them, offering them the love and connection they need to thrive in their later years. Conclusion: the elderly offer us the gift of a lifetime of wisdom and emotional experience. All they need in return is the time, attention, and compassion to help them feel valued and loved. Let's make sure we take the time to truly understand their emotional world, because in doing so, we not only honor their journey, but we also deepen our own humanity. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to share valuable content. Thank you for being a part of our community.